Welcome back to Morning Show here on Rise News. In most countries, tourism has become a sustainable revenue earner, competing favorably with the manufacturing sector.
Well, tourism, an economic and social phenomenon, is considered as the act and process of spending time away from home in pursuit of recreation, relaxation, and pleasure while making use of the commercial provision of services.
In Nigeria, tourism landscape is extremely rich and beautiful for global tourist attraction. The weather, the climate, the vegetation, quality, airspace, sunshine, beautiful scenery, the rock, the falls, captivating beaches, historical relics, rich cultural diversity, friendly people, and a wildlife are Nigeria's tourism assets.
Indeed. Well, in spite of the enormous tourism potentials in Nigeria, tourism's contribution to economic development in the country is still at the groundbreaking level.
Today, tourism is no longer a leisure, but an activity that has captured the attention of economists as a major source of foreign exchange for developing and developed countries, compelling aspiring nations to develop both tourist sites and standardize operations and improve infrastructure such as electricity, airports, railroads, seaports that support tourism.
Thus, on how tourism industries will contribute significantly to economic development in Nigeria is the reason why Ayo Omotosho, a tourism aficionado and organizer of the annual Destination Tourism Nights, is joining us now to discuss tourism potentials in Nigeria. Welcome to the Morning Show.
Great to have you. Expert, aficionado, everything you are.
Nice to have me here.
Tourism potentials in Nigeria. Let's just quickly talk about that.
Yes, as you can see from your beautiful intro, you see that tourism is amazing places, amazing, wonderful scenery. And there's no doubt of the fact that Nigeria is supposed to be keen into the tourism potentials that we have, considering the fauna and the flora of the landscape. And other countries around the world have been benefiting amazingly well on tourism. Look at it this way. Ghana, which is very close to us, Ghana is doing excellently well on tourism. So other African countries
doing excellently well. What is the tourism to GDP ratio in Ghana? Tourism export to GDP ratio. What is it in Ghana?
Why I say so is this, because they've opened the space for tourists. Anybody in the USA that wants to come to African space, we have to visit Ghana. As you can see from other previous American presidents, they would like to visit Ghana first before they come to Nigeria. There's nothing wrong with Nigeria, but the people are saying that, okay, because of the security issue in Nigeria. Recently, or just as 2 weeks ago, a tourist came all the way from Jamias, I beg your pardon. That is Mr. Mike, who has been touring Nigeria for the past 15 years. And he knows every bit of Nigeria. He has been coming to Nigeria since 2000. So you look at it, and he told me that Nigeria is a beautiful place to explore. Okay, so, but when you look at it critically, you look at it that Nigerian government, they are not really ready for tourism exploration.
Tourism is such a low-hanging fruit. If properly harnessed, beg your pardon, it can be a gold mine. And we've seen that in different parts of the world.
Absolutely.
So what is holding us back in Nigeria?
It's a vision. Dubai is a product of vision. So it's when you're having a leader, different aims of affairs, and the leader is not keen into tourism potentials. We, from the private sector, we are doing our best. We started our own, tourism campaign, going to 11 years now. So, and others have started before us. Okay, but it's the government that has to key into it. When you look at it, let me give you an instance. During the last political dispensation, we're talking about PDP and APC. You look at it that they are using the broom. Those who are making broom, they are making a lot of money.
I can imagine. So
now let's talk about the tourism potentials, where we have all those landmarks in Nigeria. We have Osun-Osogbo, we have Ikogosi, Warm Strait, we have even right there in Lagos, we have the Badagry. But take a look, a safari to Badagry, the roads are not quite motorable. So why are we talking about it? So if you are having a tour activities down to Badagry, you discover that by the time you come back, you won't feel good about it. You say, wow, what is going on here? But if the roads are motorable and everywhere, all the infrastructures are quite in place, definitely it will fly. It will surely fly because people love to explore Nigeria. Take a look to Iyo. Iyo, they call it Akwa Ibom, meaning beautiful. The landscape, Akpabio that is the past governor, did excellently well for Akwa Ibom people. You can see the infrastructure, you can see the stadium, you can see everywhere. Even when you take a look down to there is a Ibom Golf Hotel, you see that everything are plenty there. You see food, we talk about the hospitality, scenery, that is the only destination you can see combined with the golf course. And that is the best in the West Africa. So we are saying to you that, okay, fine, let the government of the day, have a tourism map, have a tourism roadmap, towards Nigeria as a destination. There's no way it will.
Another question I'd like to ask is cataloging. I mean, a lot of people have said the challenge is we don't catalog enough.
Yes.
And we don't even have a directory of all these places, and we don't even use the catalog as a form of selling. Because when you say security, some people argue with you, but security is not really the thing. South Africa has a lot of tourist potential. It has one of the worst security records
they manage it very well
in the world. And I'll give you an instance. I think it was Kwale Village, where Ladi Kwale is from, in Abuja. Okay. In the year 2000, President Clinton came to this country, and he came to visit the pottery site.
The pottery, yes,
in that village.
Yes.
But the truth is, since then, nobody visits that pottery site. The vast potential we have is not even catalogued. I don't have a website where I can see everything as regards tourism sites in this country.
They do.
Where?
There is.
Where is it?
When you visit come2nigeria.com.
Can you repeat that website so that people can hear it?
Come2nigeria.com. That is www.come2nigeria.com.
Okay.
Okay. It's promoted by Ladi. He's an amazing guy from UK.
Okay.
Okay. So
why is that website not promoted by NTDC, Nigeria Tourism Development Company?
Many years ago, the guy approached NTDC, but NTDC probably didn't give him what he actually requested for. So what you are saying now is, it's not about the issue of cataloging. It's not about that. They've been doing that. People of different backgrounds have been trying to put things together to do our tourism calendar in different perspectives. But it's all about will. The will is not there. When they do it today, you discover they don't sustain it the following year. So
it's not catalogued.
Yes. So why I'm saying this is tourism is not something that can give you money immediately. Maybe that is why the government is not looking at it. But as a matter of fact, tourism is a way that it can elevate poverty. That is the truth.
One of the biggest employers of labor.
Yes, because oil will give you money directly to the purse of the federal government. But tourism activities will give money to the individual, to the people.
But what should we be selling? I know you've mentioned some tourist sites that we have. But what is that thing that we have in Nigeria that differs from what others are selling on the continent? For instance, there are countries for safari and beaches, you know where to go, the likes of Kenya.
Yes. What
is that competitive advantage? What are we selling? What would you say is our selling points in tourism in Nigeria?
That is the truth of the matter is that we don't have a common particular brand. We have everything. So we cannot particularly say that this is what you are supposed to be selling. When it comes to religious tourism, we have it. Sport tourism, we have it. Medical tourism, we also have it. But we are not promoting it adequately.
We have medical tourism?
We have it. Go to Ondo State now, or Ekiti. The present one, you cannot compare Afebabalola University, what they have there. Okay? So even my home mom my mom visited Afebabalola University recently. So you don't need to go to India.
So there are people coming from
of course, if you want to, yes, it's on the pages of the newspaper. It's on the pages of the newspaper. But it's just like they commonly say that if somebody is, is affected health-wise, now he has to go to India. No. When you're talking about safari, as you mentioned the other time, you have to go to Kenya. When you're talking about adventure tourism, you have to go to South Africa. We have adventure tourism in Nigeria. Go to Budukatu, right? I was at
is the cable car still working?
It's still working. Okay. I was at South Africa, where I did participated in bunking jumping activities, 216 meters, below the sea level. So at a point, I was scared, but I have to conquer my fear. So it has been arguably said that if you want to conquer your fear, the only destination you can visit is South Africa. So we have all of that. In terms of food, food tourism is selling in Nigeria. If we really package it, you see, if you want to eat edikainko, you want to eat afan soup, you want to eat, what is it called, this fisherman soup, go to riverine area. If somebody is coming up with ideas and stuff like that.
Festivals too?
Festivals. Of course, we have amazing festivals. Just yesterday, we had Idiroko Festival as a press conference, World Conference. It's taking place in this August. We also have
Where is that happening?
In Ekiti, Ado Ekiti. Okay. So we have that. That Idiroko Festival has been there since time immemorial. It's as old as Ado itself. So we have all those festivals. We have all of them. But it's not like it's the will. When the executive governor is not looking at the direction of tourism, but he's saying to us, that, okay, let's, after one, monthly, let's go to Abuja, let's go and get our allocation.
But the truth is, we have seen some governors that are taking the bull by the horn. The last governor of Ogun State started the Drums Festival.
Yes.
That is about one of the biggest in Africa, if I'm not mistaken, though,
yes,
or Western Africa today. Since he's no longer the governor, a lot of people are asking questions about sustainability.
That is a key issue there. You see, it's not about just putting up activities together for 1 year calendar. It's good. I appreciate the initiative because drum is part of us. So you need to drum, and not only drumming, but there are some other activities that have to be weaved around the event itself. I've visited Ibadan, Ogun State and Abeokuta. I've also covered it as a journalist there. So we've been to that area, the Abeokuta Drum Festival. It was first of all had as Ogun State Festival, later moved to African Drum Festival, where we have, expanded the frontier to other destination countries, okay, whereby they have it. But as it is, we don't know whether it's going to survive, after he has left. But I believe that it's going to come. But look at this event also in Ondo State, that is Mari Festival. Mari Festival was started 2009, 2010. But after Mimiko left the place, the present governor is not doing it again.
So it stopped?
She stopped. But the idea of that Mari Festival is about mountaineering, activities, whereby the mountain climbers, both local and international, that can also visit Idori. Because Idori, he is as old as himself, where we have about 3,000 above the sea level.
We'll go for a quick break. We'll come back and we'll talk some more.
Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News, talking tourism potential in Nigeria. And we have Mr. Omotosho still here in the studio with us. Thank you so much for staying with us. Before that break, I heard you talk about political will, sustainability.
Yes.
But let's talk about infrastructure.
Yes.
How much of a role does that play? Connectivity. You're talking about people visiting Ijesha, Idore Hills, Calabar. What's the connectivity like? What's the infrastructure like?
It's not a pleasant story. I will tell you, because people like the policy makers, they love to fly. Well, the best way to experience tourism is when you go by road.
For real?
Yes, for real.
Or rail?
For real. Or rail, yeah. So that is the best way to do it. So all these are not properly in place. So let's look at it. Somebody wants to do a road adventure from Lagos to Ondo State, or perhaps to the south. You discover that on that journey, before he finally gets to that destination, he must have the car or the vehicle or whatever the bus must have been terribly damaged.
How about kidnappers?
Well, yes, I don't want to. I mentioned security at the other time. Yeah. But let us imagine that maybe he's not on the target. So he wants to just explore with his families or with his friends. He just wants to hang out somewhere, a beautiful destination outside Lagos, within Nigeria. So you discover that by the time they get there, police will harass them on the road, potholes, stuff like that, which is not supposed to be. That is why I said the best way to explore tourism is on the road. You don't need to fly. So the policy makers, this time, they fly. They love to fly. So imagine from Lagos to Abeokuta, which is the shortest distance to another destination. You want to experience Olumo Rock. So you don't need to fly. You don't need to fly. Because it will be a futile exercise for you to fly to Akure, connecting to Akure to Olumo Rock. It doesn't work that way. So what I'm saying to you is that the infrastructure, the road infrastructure is not in place in Nigeria. So maybe not. The present government needs to do something about it. Unlike other African countries, if you are going by road to Ghana, by the time you get to before you get to Badagry, you must have seen a lot of issues. But after Ghana, the roads are good. To Aflao so it's okay. So you begin to see scenery, you begin to see places, meeting, your custom officers, the way they relate with you is quite different. So that is why I said the attitude of our, the political landscape is not friendly.
Well, the president is going to swear in his cabinet August 21 this year. While we do not know who will return or who will be given the portfolio of Minister of Information, Culture, or Tourism, let's set an agenda. What should be the priority of the incoming cabinets for tourism in Nigeria? What should be that priority? Let's set the agenda. What should it be?
Of course, if the person coming up as a minister for culture, or as a minister of of course, we don't have a ministry of tourism. That was the last dispensation.
How important is that? Should we have one?
Of course, we have to. We should have it. Other countries, they do have it. So if you have that one, the mindset of the minister is how he could turn around the the tourism landscape of Nigeria by having meetings, having a policy. From airport, first of all, we need to do a tourist visa. So if foreigners are coming to our country, within the space of a few days, they need to get their visa ready. There's no bureaucracy about it. There's no bureaucracy about it.
Let me just quickly come in there, and as you still answer the question, state government is doing something like that,
Yes.
that okay, you can get your visa on
Yes.
arrival. But another question is the quality of some of these are even our tourist projects. I mean, there are some that, like the Cross River State government is having something called the Cross River Las Vegas. That people will come into Cross River State and they will transport them to another island, sort of like a Las Vegas. How sellable, are those things? Because
These are just to create a particular destination within the destination.
Because TINAPA never worked.
That is just I do not see any reason why TINAPA never worked. Because it's a vision of the handsome man, which is Donald Duke. Donald Duke did excellently well for the state.
Okay, let's go back to setting the agenda.
So the agenda should be
Starting from the visa airport.
Yes, that's supposed to be taken care of. Then we should have meetings with the stakeholders, having know the mind of the government in relation to tourism promotion. That, okay, fine, this is the way the government is supposed to go. Because you don't need to put somebody there in the Home of Affairs of Tourism without having a background of the tourism. You need to know, it must be somebody that is ready to transform the country, in terms of tourism. So if he has done that, then definitely we will know that we've gotten the political will. So the mind of the people, the youth, the Nigerian, will know that, okay, this is where to go. But when we're talking about tourism, they're trying to politicize it. Because when you do that, you're endangering the life of the people. By saying that, the roads is a normal thing, it's not. We're talking about security issue. There are ways you have to handle us. All that. It's not, you don't politicize it. Many years ago, we have been talking about the roads to Badagry. But, you see primary schools, secondary schools on excursion to that road, and you see the vehicle will break down. So why you politicize that? Because tourism has to do with life. The food you are going to eat, the transportation, the vehicles, everything, the roads must be in good order. So as a minister, incoming minister for culture and tourism, or for tourism, because it's a different thing entirely. You don't put somebody that is not knowledgeable about the subject on that particular ministry.
Okay. Another question that comes to mind is, are people ready for it? The nature of our people.
Ready.
Because another thing is, I was in Rwanda a couple of years back. You get in there, the airport, the immigration officer, warm. You get to the hotel, warm. Everybody brought smile. But in this country, are people ready for it? What's the attitude like?
That is what we're
Let's
saying.
be realistic. What's the attitude?
We need to reorientate our people. You see, tourism is a very sensitive phenomenon. It's a very sensitive thing because it's about hospitality. If somebody is coming to your house for the first time and your gate security gate guy is asking for money for the first time, how, the person will have a different mindset. But if somebody, like the day I visited South Africa, they greeted us warmly. Welcome to our beautiful country. It is your beautiful home, explore it. All those slogans must be there. So if somebody are coming all the way from any other part of the country and they are there, they are coming in, oh, welcome to Nigeria from the airport, because that is the gateway. Oh, welcome to Nigeria, explore Nigeria, Nigeria is safe, Nigeria is beautiful, this and that. Those are the kind of mindset. And the person will say, oh, and even from the taxi drivers.
The immigration officers don't wear a smile.
No, they
only
don't.
to you as Nigeria.
It's the situation of the country. It's tourism. There's a particular destination, I can't remember vividly now. Where do I? It's about smile tourism. They are very, very happy. They are happy people. But we are saying here they're happy people, good people. But sometimes aggression, people will just transfer aggression onto you. When you kill somebody, you see the eye. Oh, what is going on here? So it is economic situation of the country. It's the economic situation of the country. The guy probably is not well paid, or the guy is not paid on time. But why is he doing the job? So why is he doing the job? So if they are well paid and they are doing the job and they are being reoriented, they have been tutored that when you are meeting people, tourists, whoever that you are meeting, you greet them. You don't demand anything. Bring your passport immediately. Oh, welcome to Nigeria. That's the way I see it. It will work that way. So that is why I said the other time, sorry to cut in there, that is about policy making, decision making from our government.
Well, there are potentials indeed. Some fascinating statistics from the PwC recently on a hospitality outlook for the next 4 years. It says the hotel industry in Nigeria is expected to be the fastest growing market, with a number of new hotels scheduled to open. And even the statistics for last year, Nigeria, Kenya, and Mauritius had the fastest markets, hospitality. And Nigeria ranked to the 20% higher than Kenya, which came in at 14%, and Mauritius at 11%. So there are potentials. In all of this, deluge of challenges, I wonder what is driving this? What is driving such encouraging figures like this?
Because Nigeria is a big market. Nigeria, if you want to make it fast, as an investor, just come to Nigeria and come and invest, because the size, the population-wise, is about over 200 million people. So you could imagine if you have a lovely 5-star, 7-star in Nigeria, definitely it's going to fly. It's going to make a lot of potentials.
All right. We'd like to say a big thank you. But from us to you out there, this is our own clarion call. You want to see smile, happiness, and joy? Come to Nigeria.
Yes.
Well, that's been the show this morning. Thank you so much for watching. I am Adesoa Morwan.
And I'm Rufai Hosseini.